This is Racing TV's countdown of the top 10 winners of the Oaks at Epsom. It's been one of racing's greatest races down the years, so let's see who made our number one. No list of the best Oaks winners can be complete without mentioning Salsabil. Not only did she provide Shadwell Stud with their first Oaks success in 1990, she followed it by becoming the first filly in 90 years to beat the boys in the Irish Derby.
And Salsabil looking for room and finds it and goes well and quickens up and comes to take the Gold Seal Oaks. It's Salsabil and Willie Carson driving for home.
Her brief career came to an end when she was retired after finishing unplaced in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, but she had won 7 of her 9 starts and became a history maker that day at the Curragh, a feat only achieved by 2 others in the history of the sport.
Salsabil finding extra pace and Willie Carson wins the race yet again, and Salsabil is the winner. Game Plan a big run for second, Knights Baroness third in the Group 4, then came ahead 5, a big gap to Cameo Performance, and behind Cameo Performance was Garum, last was Cartagena.
Remarkably, Snowfall won only 1 of her 7 starts at 2. However, the daughter of Japanese superstar Deep Impact, propelled by a near 4-length success in the Musadora on seasonal return, went on to become a champion at 3 and makes our list at number 9. Rarely has a race of such magnitude been won with such ease, as Snowfall, steered by a near motionless Frankie Dettori, cruised to a record-breaking 16-length victory. More wide margin success followed as Snowfall, back under the guidance of Ryan Moore, won the Irish Oaks by 8.5 lengths and the Yorkshire Oaks by 4 lengths.
They fan out, Zayada technique, they've all come over. Snowfall travelling strongly, Santa Barbara making ground amongst horses as Mystery Angel presses on in the Kazoo Oaks. The move readily covered by Snowfall. Santa Barbara's 3 lengths away, a glance over the shoulder by Frankie Dettori as he moves Snowfall to the lead in the Kazoo Oaks. Mystery Angel divinely down the centre of the racecourse. Santa Barbara can't go on, but Snowfall can, and she's pulling clear. Snowfall by 8 lengths from Mystery Angel divinely, Sabre Forest and Santa Barbara. Snowfall in June won the Kazoo Oaks by a good 12 lengths.
The mercurial Sariska was capable of producing top-class performances, as she showed here in 2009 when gutsily holding off midday.
They come around Tattenham corner now and the Investec Oaks, and on the inside it's oh goodness me for Ireland, leads by 2 lengths and kicks for home. Out after her now is Sariska, who moves very quickly. Midday trying to go with her on the inside. Here's Rainbow View and High Heeled from a long way back. They've kicked away. Filipina is dropping out, but Sariska is the leader in the Oaks with 2 furlongs to go. Midday trying to get up on her inside. Out wider then is High Heeled, followed then by Rainbow View, who's under pressure, and they've kicked away. Midday on the inside, trying to draw level now with Sariska. They come up with a furlong to go. It's Sariska on the near side, and neck up, fighting back is Midday. They're clear of High Heel. They race towards the line now. Sariska on the near side, Midday fighting back. Sariska and Midday in a photo. Sariska, Midday in a photo, and then in third is High Heel, followed further back then by Rainbow View.
Sariska at her best was a top-class middle-distance operator, but she developed less endearing traits towards the end of her career, refusing to leave the stalls in 2 successive Group 1 races. In at 7, we have the highly touted Taghrooda from the first crop of See the Stars foals. It was bred to win at the highest level.
So it's Volume who leads, Dazzling in second, Regade racing in third, half a length away. In fourth is Anipa, Taghrooda's on the outside of Marsh Daisy racing in 5th and 6th place. Marvellous on the inside of the other Irish raider Tarfasha, then towards the inside Madam Chang from Momentous Amazing Maria as they begin the descent, and out in front it is Volume who shows the way. In second place Dazzling, in third is Anipa on the outside of Regade. Taghrooda improves, same owners Tarfasha in the black caps on that one's heels with Marsh Daisy, then Momentous. Marvellous is pushed along.
She lived up to that star billing in her brief 6-race career. A 6-length romp in the Pretty Polly carried her into Epsom on the crest of a wave, And there was no looking back as Paul Hannigan, then #1 jockey for Sheikh Hamdan Al Maktoum's Shadwell operation, got the dream trip before unleashing his mount's lethal turn of foot, approaching the 2-pole.
But it is Taghrooda who's moved through the lead. Tough Asher, Volume in Chiller running a massive race, trying to thread the needle. Taghrooda it is who leads with over a furlong to go by a couple of lengths.
She stayed on powerfully to score by the best part of 4 lengths and become the fastest Oaks winner for more than 20 years.
Is Taghrooda unbeaten, and Taghrooda makes it 3 out of 3 and wins the Investec Oaks.
Making our list at number 6 and costing just €1,800, Snow Fairy is one of the greatest rags to riches stories in modern day racing. Supplemented for the Oaks at a cost of £20,000, connections might have been ruining their luck when she was drawn widest in stall 15 back in 2010. However, the filly was the recipient of one of the great Ryan Moore rides as she weaved her way through the field, having been last early on, to lead inside the final furlong and edge out the subsequently disqualified Meisner. Anyone who thought that might have been a fluke were left to eat their words when she won the Irish Oaks by 8 lengths before going on to achieve big money international success in Hong Kong and Japan.
Snow Fairy in traffic as Remember When pulls out with a determined challenge on the fence. Actorina, Remember When and Meisner running a mighty race. Then Gertrude Bell and Snow Fairy thundering home from the back of the field inside the final 150. Snow Fairy in red and yellow from Meisner and Remember When, and Snow Fairy colliding with the inside running rail on a couple of occasions, but doing enough and supplemented will gain the biggest payday by winning the Oaks. Snow Fairy beat Meisner, 3rd Remember When, in 4th place was Ramouche, Gertrude Bell in 5th and Actorina in 6th.
One of the great fillies to come out of Ballydoyle, Minding, is in at number 5. The daughter of Galileo amassed 7 Group 1 wins in all, including the 1,000 guineas at Newmarket and the Oaks, where she was sent off an odds-on chance despite a shock defeat in the Irish Guineas.
The inside goes Turret Rocks. Minding's white face amongst horses. A skiffle comes 4 wide. Minding just having to negotiate a passage, caught on heels there at a crucial stage, and Minding's had no luck at all. Turning into the straight, is shuffled back to last.
While her Epsom backers were made to sweat when Minding ran into trouble and got shuffled back to last place on the downhill turn for home, her class, along with Ryan Moore's coolness under pressure, got her out of trouble. She made relentless progress up the straight to win by a length and 3/4.
Architecture has struck for home. Minding, despite being shuffled for last, is coming with a challenge and moves through into 2nd. On the right-hand side, Architecture and Frankie Dettori. Minding, the purple cap for Ryan Moore, moves through the lead. Minding hits the front in the Oaks. In 2nd is Architecture, and Minding stamps her authority. Met trouble in running, but will follow up her 1,000 guineas success by winning the Oaks. Minding outclassed them. Architecture gallant in defeat. Harlequin big run in 3rd. They're well strung out. Somehow in 4th place ahead of Skiffle, and then back in 6th, 7th Heaven.
The 2025 Betfred Oaks was widely expected to be a coronation for unbeaten 1,000 guineas winner Desert Flower, but that was not how things played out on the Downs. Having served notice that she was about to find a ton of improvement as she went up in trip with a 1-length victory in the Cheshire Oaks, Frankel filly Minihawk duly built on that by staying on stoutly to see off stablemate Whirl and provide Aidan O'Brien with a remarkable 11th Oaks success.
Now William Buick is asking Desert Flower to try and go with them. We Might Take the Long Ways on the outside. Wider still is El Wateen. Desert Flower shifting off the rail under pressure now.
Minihawk added 2 more Oaks, Irish and Yorkshire, to her 3-year-old haul before finding only Derrit's too good in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
Desert Flower inside the 2, Rivera's out wide, and Minihawk just goes on into the lead from Will. These 2 battling it out. We Might Take the Long Way, and then Desert Flower, who needs to find a lot more as they race inside the final furlong. Minihawk on the near side of Will. Minihawk near side, Will far side. Minihawk a nose in front of Will. Will won't go down without a battle, but it's Minihawk. Minihawk wins the Oaks. Minihawk for the Betfred Oaks. Narrowly from Whirl in 2nd, Desert Flower back in 3rd, and then behind those We Might Take the Long Way in 4th.
40 years earlier, Oh So Sharp provided the great Sir Henry Cecil with the first of 8 Oaks wins. Oh So Sharp was no ordinary Oaks winner though, because she went on to become the 9th and most recent winner of the Fillies Triple Crown. Her place in racing folklore was secured in the St Leger, where she beat 5 colts to become the first filly to complete the Guineas, Oaks and Leger triple header since Meld in 1955. Hall of Fame pilot Steve Cawthon described her as, without doubt, the best filly he had ridden.
It's just over 2 to race, and the favourite, Oh So Sharp, throws down the challenge. The Triptyque becoming fast on the stands rails is Dubai, and they've got a furlong and a half to go. And Steve Cawthon strikes the front and goes for home, and the race looks all over in a matter of strides. This is an impressive turn of foot served by Oh So Sharp. She's drawn away from Triptyque, Dubai, and back in 3rd place inside the final furlong, and it's Oh So Sharp for 6 to 4 favourite. Steve Cawthon and Henry Cecil on a real high this week. It's Oh So Sharp who wins the Gold Seal Oaks. Oh So Sharp the winner, Triptyque second, Dubai in 3rd, then Killinitsky 4, Bellicalora 5, Domino's Nurse came 6th, and behind these came Perfect Match, Morning Devotion, Petradia, and then came Romantic Feeling, Calorge, and last of all, oh what a disappointing run by Leicester on Dance Machine. He finished last of all, but Oh So Sharp at 6 to 4 has won the Gold Seal Oaks, and what an amazing week for Henry Cecil, her trainer, and her jockey, champion jockey Steve Cawthon.
In 2nd place, the globe-trotting Ouija Board is one of the great mares of modern times, winning Group 1s on 3 different continents before going on to produce top-class performers like Australia, who won the 2014 Derby. Later in her career, she bagged some of the biggest middle-distance races around the globe, including a famous success in the 2006 Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf.
Tilius the far side, being tackled by Christel. In behind them, All Too Beautiful, beautifully poised, followed then by Sundrop. Ouija Board now right in the centre, followed by Necklace, and Kisses For Me drops out. They set sail for home. Punctilious runs away from the fence. All Too Beautiful there.
It was here under Kieran Fallon that she established herself as a true great with an incredible 7-length success.
Here's Ouija Board in the Lord Derby colours starting to loom up now. Grabs the lead now with inside the 2, followed by Punctilious, and they've kicked right away now. They've got a furlong left to go on the Oaks, and Ouija Board is 4 lengths in front, battling on All Too Beautiful, but it's going to be a famous victory in the Lord Derby colours as Ouija Board, ridden by Kieran Fallon, races away with the Vodafone Oaks. Ouija Board goes on to win it by 6 lengths. Very impressive. 2nd is All Too Beautiful. 3rd then Punctilious.
And number 1 can only be Enable. She won some of the biggest races on the planet, including 2 Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, 2 King Georges, a Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf, and a Coral Eclipse. It was the 2017 Oaks that provided the stage for the first of Enable's 11 Group 1 wins. Her 5-length demolition of odds-on favourite Rhododendron goes down as one of the great performances in the race, whilst also cementing her iconic partnership with Frankie Dettori, who was to be on board for every one of her subsequent 16 starts.
And Coronet, and he's still kicking on the leader, Pocket Full of Dreams, who's kicked away from Sabetsu as they now round Tatnam Corner, and it's Pocket Full of Dreams by 5 lengths, 2 in 2nd Sabetsu, then Enable in the pink cap, Rhododendron going well towards the outside, the leader folding up and coming back to them now, about to be swallowed down by Sabetsu, by Enable and Rhododendron, and it's Enable and Rhododendron battling on here. Enable and Frankie Dettori in the pink cap, Rhododendron and Ryan Moore in the dark blue jacket, chased by Alluringly back in 3rd. Both riders going for everything, and Enable is just getting on top from Rhododendron inside the final furlong. Enable kicks 2 lengths clear of the favourite and racing up towards the line. Enable for a 4th Oaks win for Frankie Dettori in the colours of Khalid Abdullah, and Enable wins the Oaks. Pulling well clear in the end from Rhododendron, Alluringly 3rd, and Horseplay staying on in 4th.
And here is your Racing TV top 10 Oaks winners down the years. In at 10, Salsabil in 1990. In 9, Snowfall in 2021. 8, Sariska in 2009. 7, Taghrooda 2014. 6 is Snow Fairy in 2010. 5, Minding 2016. 4, Minihawk 2025. 3, Oh So Sharp 1985. Number 2 is Ouija Board in 2004. And in at 1, the star of the lot, number 1, Enable 2017.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.